Okay, the Chima's rant for today is about ADHD or AD. ADHD and AD are very similar. The H bit meaning hyperactivity. But is it just a myth? Because there was no ADHD, say 30, 40 years ago. In fact, that was because children were allowed to ask questions in class. Children were allowed to express themselves. It seems to me that society doesn't want anyone asking questions anymore. So where you've got kids that used to be inquisitive, you've now got drones, you've now got robots that basically sit there, listen to what's being said and write it down, instead of interacting with what's being said. Now, I blame a couple, well, quite a few factors. The very, very first factor I can blame is E-numbers. They have proven that additives can make a child hyper. It can make an adult hyper if they're allergic to certain food additives, certain drink additives. So that's number one. They've actually proven that by taking two children with ADHD, that by changing the diet in one of them, the other person calmed down, whilst the second person was still hyper and still, out of control. So that has been proven. So we've got scientific fact here, not fiction. The second thing is that if you stared at a spot on the screen of the computer or whatever, you would eventually become tired and you would eventually find it hard to sleep, and that would eventually make you erratic in behaviour after a period of time. Children are playing games, not like games outside where they can get exercise and everything else, but computer games, constantly looking at a LCD screen, or if they can't afford one, a normal box, which is even worse, flashing stuff in their eyes all the time and making them agitated. Do you know what I mean? Children are bored these days. They get bored a lot more easier. In the old days, children used to go out and play in that. We all know that's dangerous now. There's paedophiles about, there's predators about and things like that, and so parents are happy to let their kids play games and that, but then they become antisocial. Give a load of kids a space and a load of games, which is nothing to do with like online games or anything like that, and they're bound to flipping want attention. They're bound to flipping want to be the centre of attention. And what does the government do about it? They give them Ritalin or Adderall. These two drugs are fine for kids. When they become adults, they become addictive. They get an addiction. They want to flipping take speed or whatever. They want to flipping drink a lot. They have addiction problems. It's been proven. Also, Ritalin can lead to suicides. We all know what Ritalin is. Ritalin is speed. It's an illegal drug. Don't even think that it's a normal drug. You take it if you're not a child, and you will go high. It will make you high. It will have the opposite effect. So does AD or ADHD exist? Yes, it exists in the way that society now treats children. Children are out of control. They can't be disciplined. The parents are afraid to send them to bed early, so they stay up till extremely late times, and then they've got to go to school the next day. If you had to stay up to extremely late times, if you played computer games all the time, if you did any of that, right, wouldn't you not be AD or ADHD? Think about it. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Quick rant, but there you go. Take care, bye for now.